Hi, good day. This is Dr. Romy Paredes of Wellness Land Health Institute, Cebu, Philippines. And today I'm going to share to you the topic of transformation as your powerful medicine. So I'm a medical doctor from the Philippines. And since I finished medical school 20 years ago, I have been in the search for truth about what is authentic healing all about. Some time ago, I was searching for the magic drug. Then I was not able to find. Then I was searching for the magic treatment machine. I also was not able to find. I was searching for the magic herb. I also studied natural medicine, herbal medicine. Aside from the pharmaceutical medicine, I also did not find the magic herb. So until eventually I realized that I was searching for the magic outside the body, I forgot that the magic is already inside each one of us. So I came to a realization of turning inward. Just like the story of Kung Fu Panda, if you remember in the movie Kung Fu Panda, he was looking for the magic scroll so that he could beat his opponent. And at the end of the movie, he was able to find the magic scroll, but nothing is written in that magic scroll. Because what the master was telling the Kung Fu Panda was, the magic is already inside him. The current situation of healthcare, I'm going to present to you right now. Every year, millions of people voluntarily pay trillions of dollars to the pharmaceutical cartel for drugs that do not cure and often harm. I will be explaining to you later the difference between treating the symptom, which is basically pharmaceutical based, and treating the root cause, which is basically empowering the patient. So from a historical perspective, in 1891, there were more or less around 7 diseases, 12 medicines, and cancer is rare. But as of 4 years ago, 2016, there were about more than 10,000 legally registered diseases, 562,000 patented drugs, and cancer is soon becoming epidemic with an incidence of 1 out of 4. So I realized in my career as a physician, as I was searching for the different levels of truth, that whatever is the diagnosis of your disease, it boils down to the bottom lines. And the bottom line root causes of diseases, whatever it is, whatever is your diagnosis, is toxicity and deficiency. And I'm not referring only to physical toxicity. It will also include mental, emotional, and spiritual toxicity. Same thing with deficiency. So what is toxicity? Toxicity means something is there in your body that is not supposed to be there. Deficiency means something is not there that is supposed to be there. Then, if we detoxify the toxicity and when we nourish the deficiency, then the body, the mind, and the spirit as a whole, it heals itself. My dear friends, this is the divine design. So treating the symptom is very different from treating the root cause. I was trained in my medical school to treat the symptoms. Thereby, I prescribed medications like pharmaceutical medications, but I noticed that the disease is being maintained. For example, the hypertension, the diabetes is being maintained in spite of the medication. That is why we call it maintenance medication. But when we treat the root cause, it's different. We empower the patient changes the lifestyle, and the disease is possible to be cured. So let me explain more about the difference. Treating the symptom is short-term health. Treating the root cause is long-term health. In treating the symptom, there is an asymmetric relationship between the patient and the doctor. It is disempowering. Whereas in treating the root cause, there is a symmetric relationship between patient and the doctor. In treating the symptom, it's purely mind-based, limited understanding, limited perspective, and we rely solely on human intellect. Whereas in treating the root cause, it is mind and heart-based, unlimited perspective, unlimited understanding, divine intelligence. What is more important than knowing is loving. Knowing is of the mind, loving is of the heart. In treating the symptom, we focus on the problem, so it becomes a problem-solving approach. It is problem perception, and we try to solve the problems, and most of the time there is stress. In treating the root cause, we try to understand what is causing the problem. It is a perfection perception because we understand that the problem, the symptom, is just a message of the body. In dissolving problems, it is less stressful or most of the time without stress. In treating the symptom, we separate the body into separate parts. There is an illusion of separation that each body is functioning independently. That is why there is a specialist of the heart, a specialist of the lungs, a specialist of the kidney, etc. Whereas in treating the root cause, there is a realization of oneness, that our body was created as a whole, and therefore it functions as a whole. The parts are always imperfect. The whole is always perfect. It is okay to focus on the parts, but let us not forget also to focus on the whole. So what is the difference between fragmentation versus wholeness? Again, in summary, fragmentation, short-term health, purely mind-based, disempowering, and human intellect. Whereas in wholeness, divine intelligence, long-term health, mind and heart-based, and most of all, it is empowering. It is empowering. So wholeness is energy in its limitless abundance. Any feeling of separateness brings us away from wholeness. My dear friend, simplicity is the key. When we simplify the complicated, it means we understand it. When we complicate the simple, it means we do not understand it. Just a point of clarification, for acute cases, of course, the current healthcare system is at its best. For example, you have an emergency, like a gunshot wound or a stab wound. Don't go to a wellness center. Don't go to a lifestyle medicine center. You need to go to a hospital. You need to go to the emergency room. That is what it was made for. But for chronic cases, nature is our best ally. Majority of diseases remains to be chronic, and only around 10% of diseases are acute. Let me share to you the parallel principle of paradigm shift. The current healthcare system is based on treating the symptom. The new healthcare system that we envision is treating the root cause. If the center of the current healthcare system is the doctor, the new healthcare system, we will have health educators, healers, and facilitators. In the current healthcare system, there is an outpatient, we call it the outpatient department. In the new healthcare system, wellness centers with no in-house. In the current healthcare system, we have hospitals, but in the new healthcare system, we have wellness centers or holistic centers. In fact, there is already a network of holistic centers all over the world. Their website is centersnetwork.org, or the Holistic Centers Network. In the current healthcare system, the medical school turns the simple into complicated because we study for a very long time. Whereas in a wholeness school, for example, the complicated is turned simple. In the current healthcare system, medical students are trained to prescribe. In the new healthcare system, wholeness students are trained to empower. So this is pharmaceutically controlled. This is patient controlled. The main armament here is pharmaceutical medicine. And this one, the main armament, is empowering health education and natural food. In the current healthcare system, it is not self-empowering. In the new healthcare system, it is self-empowering. In the current healthcare system, it's going further and further away from the laws of nature, whereas in the new healthcare system, it's going back to the laws of nature. From complicated to simple, and from a fear-based healthcare system into a love-based healthcare system. So a new era of human health begins. We treat the cause, the complicated is turned simple, it is patient-controlled, it is built by the people, and going back to nature. After all, we are designed by nature. So from laboratory to laboratory. What is a laboratory? Journeys into the heart of healing, inviting you on the path of change. Laboratory sessions opens a space for individuals, to meet and support each other in a conscious journey towards communion, insight, and connection through dialogue and the heart of listening. Dialogues and conversations brings back the symmetry of healing. So I was a purely drug pusher to health and wholeness educator. So we prescribe walk barefoot, hug trees, relax more, shift to a plant-based diet, attend the health empowerment program, let go, love more, allow, and surrender. From stethoscope, relying on that status symbol of a medical doctor, to holoscope, looking at the whole picture. So these are the principles of the lab-based health powering healthcare system. Health is understandable for everyone. Health is doable for everyone. Health is safe for everyone. Health is a human right. Health is affordable for everyone. Effective healthcare focuses on prevention, and effective healthcare focuses on primary healthcare. Every living room will become a space for self-help empowerment, and the priority of the lab-based healthcare system is the natural prevention and eradication of diseases and the transformation of fear into love. Fear is a very powerful vibration that closes your cells, and love is a powerful vibration that opens your cells. Patient-oriented and community-based healthcare will improve health, extended life expectancy, and reduce the need for expensive interventional medicine. We envision the family home setting as the future hospital. We hope to support families more and more as they awaken to their own empowered realizations and practices for all members of their family and community. We wish to ground our initiatives on a strong valuation of what is essential to humanity and the earth around us on social, spiritual, economic, ecological, medical, and educational dimensions. No matter how many hospitals we build, health is not going to happen unless each individual takes it in his or her own hands, and each one is responsible for their own well-being. Institutions can provide the infrastructure for well-being, but the source of well-being is within. So only in taking charge of our inner nature is there true liberation for humans. Now let me share to you a summary of my painful yet beautiful transformation. From pursuing to allowing. From relying solely on knowledge to embracing deeply divine wisdom. From mind-based decision-making to intuitive-based decision-making. From competition to cooperation. From the illusion of ownership to the realization of true abundance. From success to significance. From human doing to human being. From a fragmented perspective to a wholeness perspective. From the illusion of separation to the realization of oneness. From a box concept of God to a cultivating awareness of the wholeness of God. And from fear to love. From I need to do a lot of things all at the same time to I don't need to do anything, yet I'm still full of action. From revolution, judgmental, to evolution, non-judgmental and all-inclusive. From a discriminating mind dividing the world into two, to a clarity of perception that there is only one world, and from compulsive action to conscious action. From habitual patterns to conscious patterns, from enhancing myself to dissolving myself, from psychological case to existential case, from mind sensitive to life sensitive. My dear friend, this is an example of a transformational process. And I have seen this also in a lot of our patients who have fully recovered. From dense systems to a beautiful mix of dense and subtle systems, from something more to something all, from being too focused on my own petty creations to enjoying the wholeness of creation, and from ambition to vision. My ambitions have turned into a vision. From unconscious doing to conscious doing, from unconscious investing to conscious investing, from unconscious living to conscious living, from rigidity to flexibility. So my dear friend, it is now your turn to come up with your own personal strategy for transformation. Your own best doctor is you. Expand everything that has contracted in your life. Healing, that is authentic is all about expansion. Diseases, illnesses is all about contraction. So expand everything that has contracted. Believe in yourself again. The fastest healing is a healing of perception, and the most powerful medicine is indeed transformation. Thank you. Once again, this is Dr. Romy Paredes of Wellness Land Health Institute, a holistic center in Cebu, Philippines. Namaste.